ticket to the meeting that I remind you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining the September, as Michael said, back to school edition of the Lights Out Town Hall, or Back from Burning Man edition. I'm excited to share all the updates and go into some conversation with you guys. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get started. So let me see here. Put this into like full screen mode, or I need to probably share my screen first. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Everyone see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So as we do, we're gonna do a quick, few seconds each person, name, where you're dialing in from, and what we're gonna add is what you love most about yourself. Okay, so I'll kick off, and then I'll call people's names to make this easy. My name is Payam. I'm dialing in from Los Angeles, and I love that I bring people together.
Hi, you know what, for this part, would you mind taking down the so we can see each other? Otherwise, we only see a few of us. So we can see the whole screen. Yeah, now we can see each other better. Thank you.
Cool. Jack.
Bueno. Hello, I am Jack. I am calling in from Costa Rica. I chose to do a week-long ayahuasca journey at Turismia last week instead of going to Burning Man, which was a great decision. And I love that I decided to do that. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Great to be here with you all.
Thanks, Jack. Marcello.
Hey. Hey guys, hi, my name is Marcelo. Love to see you all. Thanks for having me here. Great to be part of this group. So do I have to say what I love about
yourself?
About myself? Oh, fantastic. Well, I love that I'm in a period of transition, and the next chapter is a blank paper. So a blank canvas. So I'm very excited about the future because I don't know what the future is going to bring. So I'm open to anything that the future will bring to me.
And where are you dialing in from, Marcello?
In Italy right now.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, and I've been in Greece, Egypt, and Croatia this summer. So back to Italy very recently.
Amazing. Thank you, Marcello.
Thank you.
Harry, Paul.
Good morning. Hi, Payam. So I'm Harry Paul, and I'm dialing in from Los Angeles. I'm here in Mar Vista, right next to Venice Beach. And I love creating community and bringing people together, similar to you, Payam. And I love what I do. I lead people on internal journeys to activate their best self and live a fulfilling life.
Beautiful.
So I incarnated here to do what I do.
Thanks, Harry.
John,
call back.
Hi, everybody. This is my first Light Out group meeting. I'm in Los Angeles. And what do I love about myself? That's the question.
Yep.
I have a lot of curiosity, especially right now. I feel like I'm very fortunately in a phase where I feel like I'm just collecting all this knowledge and information. So it feels really good. And that's overbalancing a lot of just professional drive that I have, which I think is also really healthy for me. So anyways, happy to be here.
Thanks, John. Ruby.
Hi, everyone. So great to see you all here. What I so appreciate and love about myself is my connection to spirit, and the fact that my connection could be manifested through my playground of business, because I absolutely love entrepreneurship. I love being in Silicon Valley and all the excitement that's always here now, particularly with AI. We're definitely going into something that's even going to impact the world more than the internet. So I really love that. And like I said, I really love the fact that, everything I do in the external world is guided by my inner journey and my connection to what I call the big upstairs. So I love taking my dictation from big upstairs, you know, uh, and that colors everything I do in my life. I feel so blessed.
Thank you. And you're dialing in from?
I'm dialing in from San Francisco. I actually live in Marin, right across the Golden Gate Bridge. So that's the other thing I love that what every time I drive across the Golden Gate Bridge, I get this, oh gosh, look at this. I'm in one of the most beautiful parts of the world, and there's all these tourists going across the bridge, and I'm going home. So that's another thing that I really appreciate and love.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ruby. Aruna?
Hi, everyone. Great to see you here. It's my first call with Light Down. So my name is Aruna. I'm dialing in from New York. And what I love about myself is that I help people to find fulfillment.
Beautiful. Thank you, Aruna. Michael.
Thank you.
Michael calling in from Toronto. I love the optimism that I've been able to live my life with, and the position that I'm in now where I can take bets on things that are difficult to see and far away.
Thank you for that. Love that. Alina, good to see you virtually for the first time.
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you, Payam, and nice to meet everybody. I'm dialing in from Portugal, and I just want to say hi, Ruby, from across the ocean from the other Red Bridge. There's a Red Bridge, and it actually has the same architect. The architect who designed the Red Bridge in Lisbon is the one who also, the one who built, who's behind the one in San Francisco as well. So I see connections across the ocean. I've been told that I bring a lot of good luck, and my spirit animal is the ladybug. So that's what I can tell you so far about myself. The rest will come with time. You have to discover it.
Amazing. Looking forward to that, Alina. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to be here.
Good to have you. Boaz, brother.
Hey everyone, I'm Boaz calling from New York. And what I love is the fact that I'm ever curious about improving myself, getting better at things, feeling better. And I feel like when I talk about these things, it inspires others to do the same. So I love that.
Awesome. Thanks, Boaz. Carl.
Hey, Payam, what's up, family? Carl calling in from DC. I just emerged from the burn. It was one for the books. Still got a raspy voice, and I still probably need to shower a few more times. But what I guess what I love is about me is creating adventures and joy for awesome communities through experiences. It's what I've been doing for a living for a long time, and it's kind of hard to call it a job. It's a total love hobby. So looking forward to diving deeper into this community as well.
Thanks, Carl. Chris.
Hey guys, Chris. I'm here in Miami. What I love about myself, I guess, is my openness and curiosity and willingness to follow my heart and all my pursuits and things that light me up, no matter where they take me.
Thank you, Chris. Guy.
Hey, I'm Guy. I'm in Los Angeles, in Marina Del Rey, specifically not too far from Harry. And what I love about myself is my extreme ability to put myself in other people's shoes, which could be kind of annoying to some people like my fiance, because it seems like I'm always on other people's side, but I'm really just trying to see the other end of the argument. So it's good and bad, but yeah, that's what I love.
Thanks, brother. Iggy.
Hey, I am It's good to see your smiling face. So I'm Iggy. I'm calling in from New York, and what I love about myself is how when I express myself, it gives me life, gives me energy. Whether it's on a pool table, whether it's in my writing, when I perform in front of a live audience, um, or in building a brand that's cool and makes users feel cool to be a part of.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Alex.
So Alex Ork from LA. I love myself because I love making friends through the athletics. You know, the first one is the Soul Cycle. I'm almost 1,000 class of Soul Cycle, especially last 3 years, right? You know, I met a lot of friends there. Also, I recently started hot yoga in West Hollywood. I love a lot of friends over there as well. That's the one thing. And the other one is I love working with entrepreneurs and helping them based on my knowledge experience. I've been in the company, one company, 30 years, right? I know what I know, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know that I love to learn from you guys as well. Good to see you.
Thanks, Alex. Hannah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah. I'm calling in from LA. My favorite thing about myself is my intuition. Yeah, so far I've had a life of no regrets. I trust my intuition, and I've noticed that it rubs off on other people. It gives other people space and ability to listen to their own intuition as well. So thanks.
Thank you. Pei Juan. Did you get the prompt?
Yes, I got the prompt. Hello from Los Angeles. I heard a few burner comments, so I'm gratefully recovering from just an amazing, terrific burn. So shout out to all of you who are on the playa and endured the beauty, the rain, all of those things. The thing I love about myself, of which the burn is one, is just this general commitment to beauty and living life to the fullest. I love my mission and my commitment to it. I'm a catalyst for global transformation through popular culture, and it's a beautiful cause, and it's something I'm really, really committed to. And I'm grateful to be also partnering with Light Dow on that expansive journey.
Thanks, brother. I'm grateful for that as well. Angel, I know you just dialed in. So the prompt is what you love about yourself and also saying your name and where you're dialing in from.
Ooh, so I'm dialing in from Marin. Just got back late yesterday from Playa. And I would say what I love most about myself is that I am totally myself in all the various flavors and incarnations in a constant state of growth.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, so we went through everyone. It's so fabulous to have all of you here and to share and grow and discuss kind of the updates that we have. So I will go back to sharing my screen. Okay. All righty. Okay, so here's the agenda. Just to quickly run through it, we're gonna give an update on Immortal Investment, which Pei Juan is the founder CEO of. We're gonna do an events recap and an upcoming schedule. We're gonna highlight some of our newest DAO owners. We're gonna talk about Light tokens and other Light DAO updates and have a Q&A at the end if we have time. So I'm going to pass the baton to Ruby, who's going to share some updates for Immortal.
So great. So Peiwa, I'm so glad that you were able to make it, but I wasn't sure whether you were still like in that long traffic line from Burning Man, right? So for those of you who are new, Pei Huang was our investment about 2 months ago. And you know what his company is this next generation AI Hollywood studio based on Asian comics. And what we also did for him is we did a showcase on him that got a lot of exposure, and he invited his existing investors, who are Chris Ye of Blitzscaling, who's the author of Blitzscaling with Reid Hoffman, and also Sandy Kleiman, who is from CAA. He's one of the icons of Hollywood. So from that exposure of the showcase, the exciting thing is Pei Huang got another additional investment, a very nice sizable check from one of our DAO owner members, part of our investment network. And there's actually another DAO owner, part of our investment network, who's doing due diligence on him also. So we're really excited that our model of supporting one of our, DAO owner members with their startup, that it's getting that kind of exposure and that's getting that kind of results. So the ripple effect is really going out there. And I imagine Pei Huang, that showcase, it's still out there, getting a lot of exposure, right, through your network and through your social media and everything. So anyway, congratulations, Pei Huang. Do you want to just make any comments at this point?
No, just really, I'm glad to help champion this new model. I think this this showcase concept is really great for all of the future entrepreneurs, and I'm also just grateful for the love and respect and connection I've gotten from the Light DAO owners, and I look forward to working with everybody. We've got we're growing really, really quickly, and for those of you paying attention, we just entered into a partnership with the Shaolin Temple, which is the birthplace of Zen Buddhism and original Kung Fu. So we're about to scale globally. And for those of you in LA in November, please come to our series of life-changing Kung Fu summits that's going to feature some of the best names ever in that business, from Bruce Lee to Wu-Tang Clan to and Immortals in a position to write the next global chapter for this entire genre. So really exciting times.
Really, truly the next generation Marvel studio, but the next generation, which they're not doing. So for any of the new investors in our network, if you would like to find out more about the opportunity, feel free to contact me. And also the showcase that we did, that video is on the portal right now. Okay, but you can contact me directly if you like to see it. It was a very, very educational portal. Not portal, educational showcase. Was not just, about Pei Huang and his company. It was really a great education about what's happening with the next generation for entertainment in Hollywood and AI and community-generated, community-influenced content. So I think that's what made it really powerful, is that was really very, like I said, educational, informative, and was not just a pitch about the company. So thank you.
Yeah, feedback we had was it's the best non-pitch pitch that was given. So I'm excited to continue to support, our, upcoming opportunities that any entrepreneur or anybody, whatever you're doing, if you're raising funds, please submit your investment proposal. We have, we're looking at submissions that are coming in for this month, for the following month. So if you're interested in submitting an investment proposal, please do so. The only requirement is that you become a DAO owner. So if you're not a DAO owner yet and you want to submit, then please reach out to me and we can have that conversation. Next, wanted to give a quick recap of our SF Conscious Leadership event. That was, we had a beautiful fireside chat with Corey Smith of Wisdom Labs, and Ruby was a moderator. Ruby, do you want to maybe just touch on that conversation and how it went?
Yes. So first of all, that was an inaugural event in San Francisco. So we were thrilled that for our inaugural event that we had over 80 people show up. And people really, really loved it. And part of it, the reason they loved it was that was not just, amazing talk with Corey, who is a true OG in conscious leadership within corporates. He's known for talking, literally Mark Benioff, who's the CEO of Salesforce, into providing for his 180,000 person attendee Dreamforce conference every year sessions around wisdom and compassion. Right? They were literally a 3-hour long session that they did for 5 years on stage. So Corey's been doing that kind of work, for the last decade or so with companies like Salesforce, like Google, like LinkedIn, and also a lot of startup companies. So it was really a fascinating story from him regarding that whole evolution over the last decade, how, conscious leadership, social impact, all that, how that has been evolved. So that video is actually going to be available through the portal, and we'll put it also through Telegram very soon. All right. The other thing that really made it powerful was that Sophie, who you see on here with the on the right of on the right of Pei Huang, she led a session, a
You
group
mean on the right
shares.
side, the white.
Yeah, right.
On the right side of me, yeah.
Yeah, on the right side in the white, exactly. She led like a community share session where we split people up into so 4. All right. And we only did half an hour, and we only did like 2 questions. And the questions that we asked, the first question was, what is one of your passions that you haven't followed up on? Or what is one of your passions that you would like to fulfill more of? That was the first question. And the second question was, what is a rosebud in your life right now? And what is the rose that's a win for you, that's really working for you? And what is that thorn in your life that you would like support in? And I would tell you, that room was buzzing. And we couldn't get them to stop at the end, And I have follow up afterward. People were saying, "Oh my God, that was fantastic!" That they met like their best friends in the 4 hour in that half an hour. It was really, really amazing. You can just feel the energy in the room. So, that's a great kickoff. We've got one coming up in October, the next one in San Francisco. And
Yeah,
we
I'm not
already
talking about
have,
this.
yeah. Okay, sorry. And we have like celebrity, basically, guests who are interested in speaking for us. So anyway, so Payam will talk more about that.
Yeah, so we're growing, we're learning as a DAO, we're expanding, all the great things are happening. As Ruby mentioned, we had our inaugural event a few weeks ago in San Francisco. We've had events in LA, New York, and Austin so far, and we actually have a strong base and community in Dubai right now. So we're looking to tentatively launch Dubai. We've been talking about potentially a mid-November date. So for all of us that are global travelers all around the world, hopefully in the near future, we're at a point where it doesn't matter where you're traveling, there's a Light DAO community event happening in your local area. So that's kind of just general broad stroke kind of growth. In terms of what's coming up, we're holding a very, and Hannah kind of made this messaging, intentionally intimate conscious leaders dinner tomorrow night. I think Alex is signed up on this call, and John is coming, and myself, of course, and we have under 20 people, about 17 people. It's going to be great. Harry's on this call as well. Harry's joining us. It'll be great. So that's happening tomorrow here in LA. And then next week on Tuesday, we're hosting a conscious investing event with a fireside chat with Josh Mailman. He is one of the OGs of social impact investing. He founded an organization around it and has, I believe, now running a $125 million LP fund. And Ariuna, who's on this call right now, is one of our DAO owners who's helping spearhead that event. So I'm super excited to co-host that event with Ariuna and Iggy and Wanshi and some of our other New Yorkers that will be there. So that's going to be exciting next Tuesday. Then next Thursday, we're going to have a virtual connection experience that Ruby is going to lead. Ruby, do you want to talk a little bit about that September 14th virtual connection experience?
Yes. So I had commented how in San Francisco we had our first like small group connection and how amazing that was. In fact, when I talk to people who were there, they're still talking to me about it. So we are going to do a virtual version of that next Thursday at 10 a.m. So Payam and I and Sophie will be leading that again. Basically, what we'll do, and this is going to be an experiment. We hope it'll have, even if it had like 50% of what it was like in person, it would be amazing. So this is a way also for you to all to get to know each other. So basically, we're going to like have little breakout rooms where you're going to go into groups of 4 and have an opportunity to speak with each other. It'll be really short. It'll be like 30 minutes because we saw how powerful just 30 minutes of that was, and how new friends were made from that. And that's what we like to experiment with also. Okay, so we hope that most of you here will be able to join us. So Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific.
And one thing that we'll probably test, and we'll need to talk about this some more, is based on registrations. We can pair people into the groups based on areas of interest and background and those kinds of things, and we'll do our best. But that's we're still piloting and testing, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out and what the feedback is, and if this is something that we continue to do on a more regular basis. Again, we're a DAO and we're learning together on what works and how we co-create community together. And this is the intention. So, and then a couple weeks, to about 2.5 weeks from now, we're still finalizing a location. So for our conscious well-being event here back in LA. So if anybody has access or knows of a nice outdoor space that we could host this event on September 24th. We're still trying to pinpoint a location. And that's going to be a day of course, connection, but also we're thinking about having like a sound bath experience and or a meditation, along with the connection experience that we did in San Francisco, that we're also doing in New York as well. That seemed to be a big hit. That really people were able to dig deep and kind of tap below a surface level conversation that we're typically might used to do at a standard event. So it was nice to drop in and go deeper with people. And then we'll also have some content. So some leaders in the health and wellness space can also provide a presentation on any topic that is an expertise for them. And then end of September, we'll have our Global Investor Network meetup. So that's still, being planned in the calendar, but the current tentative date is sometime in the last week of September, and that'll be online for all the 70+ investors that are currently in our network. And then in October, we're having a Conscious AI and Technology event back in New York. And we're also at the end of October, going to have another event back in San Francisco, and still TBD on the theme for that one. Any comments or questions about anything that we've talked about from events? Any feedback about this connection experience, the virtual one that we're going to do on September 14th? Anything that you guys want to talk about at this point? We're good.
I just want to say a quick congratulations. This is like again the first call I joined. I didn't know what to expect. I just so through a series of synchronicities, a friend of mine from an A-Fest Mind Valley event actually posted about this community and gave me the invite. So I happened to join and just jump on this call. And I really feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. I mentioned Redbridge earlier. So speaking of Redbridge and the connections, I'm part of this beautiful network that actually has grown organically and exponentially over the past 1 year. It's called Redbridge, as the two bridges. It started off as an initiative to connect Californian entrepreneur, investors, talent to Portugal. And it's now grown to include a lot of people actually from France, UK, and so on. And I'm going to invite the co-founder. I'm in charge actually of HR and learning and development for Redbridge, the entrepreneurs cooperative here in connecting US with Portugal here in Portugal. So I'm going to invite the co-founder of Redbridge to the network. Now that I found out more about Light DAO, and we'd be happy to help you somehow expand as well. If you want to organize the event in Portugal, that's going to be fantastic. And I would love to attend the September 14th. It's just that it happens at the same time with our once a month open to public event here in Lisbon. But I want to attend all the other virtual ones. So, and I'm gonna follow up as well with everything that I mentioned. I'm gonna connect you guys with that. I am Ruby, and it's a joy to be here. I'm really grateful to happen to be on this call, and I'm really curious to learn more about the DAO token as well and everything you mentioned.
Yeah, we'll spend a few minutes to talk about that as well. So thank you, Alina. That's beautiful. And I'm super thrilled to hear that the communities around well-being, being conscious, being social impact. One of our taglines that I like to use is purpose meets passion generates profit. So when you have that alignment, it's not just about doing business to make money, but when you really set that intention, find that deeper sense of purpose that we all have with the passions that we're living with, that's the sort, and coming from a place of giving, being of service. When you give first, exponentially comes back to you, and that generates profit aspect of it. So we can all do business and generate profit when we really hone in into our superpowers and our being and the value alignment, and that's kind of the key and the secret sauce. So I'm really happy to hear that this is happening in other parts of the world, and I'm super thrilled to partner and have that conversation with the co-founder of Redbridge, or the founder. So next we're going to some highlights of DAO owners from the past month. John, who's on this call, he's the founder of Session Partners. Hannah is the founder of Anais Life. Alex, okay, I'm probably mispronouncing the last name, I'm sorry. He's the president and co-founder of Forever 21 and the inventor of fast fashion. And he's now also investing and helping other entrepreneurs who are looking to scale their businesses, anything in supply chain. He's an expert. He's, again, one of the gurus of that and helped build an industry. Dottie Lukido is a general partner of Invest Idea. He's a partner out of Indonesia. He runs a fund there and also has founded numerous businesses. Dennis Lamb is the founder of Vera Labs Venture Capital. He focuses predominantly on Web3 blockchain-based businesses. Brian is the founder of Uhura AI, is a cool AI product that's focusing on education. Guy is co-founder of My Digital Money, a cryptocurrency IRA platform. And Anne is the founder of Alchemy Group, which is a super cool wellness experience that she's building in San Francisco. So those are some DAO owner highlights. And then kind of what we're creating here in terms of the benefits that we're giving for DAO owners, and also we're looking to expand, of course, and grow and learn of how we continue to create more value for the community. This is where we're a little bit different than any other kind of membership or other communities. For us, it's about ownership. It's how do we provide, you know, in our world, it's tokens, and the more love you contribute to the DAO, and love is the highest vibrational emotional frequency of light. So the more love that's contributed, which is that vibrational frequency of light, the more light tokens you receive. And I'll go into a little bit about how that looks like. But in terms of owner benefits, attending all of our global events in person, virtual events for guests like you, Alina, it's free. We don't charge for anything like that. And to be a part of our network, to have access to our portal and online, it's completely free right now. So accessing all and attending one event in person is also free. And then, so continuing to access in-person benefits, it requires to become a DAO owner. We also we haven't officially released this yet, but we also are giving discounted prices to other community partners. We've agreed with the Grateful Giraffes, which is another one of our DAO owner and community partners. We're giving a discount. I believe it's going to be 10 or 15%. To any Light DAO owner that becomes a Grateful Giraffe is going to receive that discount on their membership. We make curated one-on-one intros to other entrepreneurs and investors. So if you're an entrepreneur raising money like Pei Juan, we make introductions to our network. And so that's facilitated curated introductions. If you can receive possible investment based on the application process. So I mentioned this earlier on the call that, you know, Pei Juan is one of our prior investments. We receive investment submissions from DAO owners, and we vote on making that investment decision together. Unlimited access to our online portal, member directory, and Telegram group. So we're having conversations, making updates. Other community members are sharing their events. Anything like that is, you have unlimited access to that. Voting on various DAO decisions, which are going to be communicated on our DAO owner group. We're just getting this off the ground in terms of the voting. We just set up the DAO owner specific group last week. So this is continuing to make progress, and we're learning and growing on what we vote on as we build the community. And last but not least, and Ruby can maybe give a quick overview on this, we're starting to test and pilot placing people into mastermind pods based on areas of interest, background, industry that you might be operating in, whether you maybe want support. It might not necessarily even have to be business related. It could be personal related. Whatever it might be, we're placing people into mastermind pods. This is a coming soon thing. We're starting to test and pilot this. Ruby, do you want to maybe?
Yes. So so these are basically another way for you all to connect with each other. And they're going to be like short-term, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 person mastermind pods around themes that people who are DAO owners would like to lead. For example, some of the things that have come up already, these are more like on the personal side. There's someone who actually would like to have a men's health group, right? And then there's another one maybe around book club theme. And someone would like to actually do, this is more business oriented, not lead, but basically, be part of a group around community building, because we have a lot of community organizations within our group. So those are just 3 ideas. There's lots of other ideas. So as I'm talking with the DAO owners, I'm getting input from you, like what would you like to be part of? So we hope to be able to form some of these within the next few weeks. So it's we're going to, for people to be able to join this, again, it's for a short term. And then after your 3 to 4 weeks, you can decide whether you want to continue or, whatever you would prefer. So this is going to be available to all our DAO owners. and also to our DAO guests for their first one, just like our live events. All right. So this is going to be a lot of fun. The people who have been inspired to want to lead particular groups, they've been very excited about it. So more information will be coming soon. And those of you who've raised your hands to initiate some of these groups, I'll be back in touch with you.
Yeah, and Harry, I know, leads a men's group here in LA. So I think Ruby, we can also talk to Harry about that as well.
Yeah, and I just saw that Boaz, this is really cool. You just got a new idea, because when I spoke with you, you hadn't had an idea yet. And I love his idea. Create a group around content creation using AI. See, I'd want to be part of that group, because that's such a new area. So again, we're here for you. So these are all your ideas. We just want to be able to facilitate those connections for you. And that's what these mastermind pods are.
Awesome. Excited to see some interest to help lead some of these groups. It's amazing. Cool. So there was a question a little bit earlier about kind of how the DAO works and stuff like that. So so this is the tokens are what we give to DAO owners, and the more tokens can be received based on more contribution. And the way that works is right now, to attend events, it costs 250 tokens to attend any event after your first one, if you're not a DAO owner yet. So your first one as a guest is free. After that, it costs 250 tokens to attend an event. You receive 1,500 tokens when you become a DAO owner, and you can receive more, like, for example, number 2, for hosting an event. So if you have a home or a space that is that can be used for the DAO to host events, for every time that you can provide space, receive an additional 1,000 tokens. You can also receive more tokens for referring somebody to us that becomes a DAO owner. And if you're not a DAO owner yet, then you could accrue the tokens, and you'll get paid out when you become a DAO owner. So, for example, Alina, you mentioned you have, the founder of Red Bridge that you'd like to bring as a guest. If at some point in the future that individual becomes a DAO owner, then maybe they become a DAO owner before you. Who knows? But if something like that happens, then that 1,000 tokens would be credited to you, and you'd receive them officially once you became a DAO owner yourself. And then the bullet that I have at the bottom here is tokens represent your voting power within LightDAO. And this is coming soon in terms of actually using the tokens to make votes. So we're still building out our technology platform that empowers that. And there's other ways that we're actually going to be launching very soon. And I'm reaching out to all the DAO owners over the coming days, where we can actually, for example, you can book somebody's time. Let's say you want to meet with a prospective investor, or you want to meet with a person who has skills around health and wellness. Hannah knows health and wellness very well. She has a beauty company that's a product where it's a consumable in a powder form that has a bunch of antioxidants and superfoods for mental well-being. So if you have questions around supply chain or how to develop a consumer product or anything like that, and you want to have her expertise, she can make her time available for 30 minutes, let's say every week. And to book that time, she chooses how many tokens it could be. It could be 0 tokens, or it could be 100 tokens or 250 tokens. So this is something that we're currently testing with our DAO owners to see the level of interest there. And all of this is meant for engagement and to bring us together. And for people that are creating value for the community, they receive light tokens. Any questions on light tokens and some of these mechanics that I'm talking about? Because I know this can be kind of somewhat of a complex token concept, but it's basically, think about it as like your membership credits that you might have. The difference here is with let's say like a Soho house as an example. You might pay $2,000-$3,000 a year for Soho house, but let's just say you use the space 10 times that year, right? And the following year, it's like you lose, there's no more credits. There's no credits remaining. With tokens, it's nothing that ever expires. So in theory, you could actually accrue way more tokens than the ownership cost. And when we launched the liquidity exchange, you could actually cash out more than what the cost of the ownership is. So this is where we incentivize community development internally within LightDAO. Any comments, thoughts, questions on Light tokens?
Does hosting an event, does hosting like a group circle count as hosting an event, or is that not count?
Yeah, we could talk about that. That's a great idea. In terms of like a mastermind pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think why not?
That's a good question. Part of it is that, we want to basically do these so that they're peer support. All right. So it's not as much like a facilitator running things and teaching people or anything. So, but that's a great, but I think that's definitely something we should consider, and your idea, your original, so his idea was the men's health group. So there's definitely interest in that.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, generally, if there's like value being created,
exactly,
that broadly speaking, right? If there's value being created, that deserves Light tokens. We can leave it there, and we can have this conversation in our DAO owner group, Iggy, around these ideas. And this is the kind of thing we could take it to a vote as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like even if you're not like teaching or facilitating, you're adding value by offering that idea, right? So I definitely think it's a great thing for us to consider.
Yep. Cool. So just a quick background for those that might not be familiar. LightDAO is a foundation. It's a 501c6 nonprofit. This represents a global community of, we're probably approaching 400 now, of conscious entrepreneurs and investors. Our members are heart-led, value personal growth, care about our environment, and do business as a force for good. And I mentioned this earlier, purpose meets passion generates profit. The mission is expanding the collective consciousness and investing in the future of humanity with guidance using the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We empower every human to be more in love and to live with gratitude and joy. We are co-creating a regenerative, thriving, abundant future together. So all the money that goes into the DAO always gets reinvested back into the mission eternally. That's it. The more money into the DAO, the more we can expand the mission, the more we can grow the community. So for anybody that's not currently a DAO owner, that has the calling, this is the mission, to bring this community together more and more, to help each other, to empower each other to grow, and to spread that amongst others around the world. We're in a bubble right here, right? Let's face reality. The 15 of us, 20 of us, however many have come and gone on this call, we're 1 degree, 2 degrees of separation away. There's 7 degrees of separation away from us in the world. How do we reach that 3 to 7 degrees, right? And to do that, by bringing the leaders together, we're the ones that are empowering as leaders others. We're fortunate to be in the positions that we are, to have this conversation, to be dialing in from all around the world, to be traveling to Burning Man and doing this and that. And to truly expand this mission, we need not just these leaders, but also how we empower and spread that to the 3rd to 7th degree. So, so that's the mission and the purpose of LightDAO. Any comments or questions on this?
Hi, there is a question from Michael Kosick. If you look at the chat,
Yep. Admin questions, state, timing of wallet storage. We're actually starting to design and build out of that. I'm having conversations with our engineering teams this week, Michael. I'd like to have something out the gate by the end of this year. I don't want to, deadlines or, promises. I don't want to make the promise, but I'm still targeting by the end of the year. We have something very rudimentary and basic there. So.
Yeah. And I want to comment, that's all going to be built on top of the portal. So for those of you, the portal is, honestly, right now is still a bit quiet because, we're still relatively small. But for those of you, portal is going to get more and more engagement because our mastermind is going to be run out of the portal. And as Payam is saying, the reason we have the portal and not just rely on Telegram is because we're going to be customizing and building our own technology, on top of the portal right now. So just for you all to understand, what is the role of the portal and for you to become more and more engaged over time.
Yeah, and there's a few technologies that we're building. We have 4 minutes, and I haven't expressed this to many people outside of maybe a couple people, but there's 3 core technologies that we're building. One that we're kind of visualizing right now in terms of vision, right? One is a consensus-based constitution. I can talk about that a little bit. 2 is organic intelligence, and 3 is a human connection marketplace. Just to touch on that. A consensus-based constitution sounds like what it is, which is developing a framework and a template for how we make decisions as community, where there's trust in the network and consensus is made with that trust there. So, for example, for the Americans or the people living in the US, we're currently operating within, like, how we make decisions and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis is based on the US Constitution, which was developed 300 years ago and evolves in a limited way, right? Based on some amendments that happen. But generally, like, the core architecture of that Constitution is there. Like, for example, the right to bear arms. Like, should that be a thing that is one of the main aspects of the Constitution, which isn't really evolving at all? So for a world that isn't based on scarcity or fear, where you need to protect yourself, we need to start developing a new paradigm of how we make decisions when there's trust and there's consensus. So that's one thing. Another thing is organic intelligence. So we all know AI, right? There's a lot of buzz around AI over the last, couple of years, or really skyrocketed in the last 12 months. But AI is words. So, ChatGPT is literally LLM, language learning model. It's based on words. But organic intelligence is about being, right? We're all human being, and our being, which is our state of what we are doing as humans, we're being. Our being is a composition of our values. Excuse me, I'm a little stuffy. I've been dealing with a cold for the past few weeks. And our being, which is a composition of our values. So, and many people know they have values. Of course, we have them, but we actually don't know what our core top 5 or 10 values are. We actually haven't done values exercises. So our being, which is our composition of our values, manifests our thoughts and our actions, right? So what we're doing, what we're thinking is literally a manifestation of our being. And then our words, which is the language part, is an expression of our thoughts and our actions, the things that we're thinking and doing. So it goes from being or values to thoughts and actions to words. So our words, by that definition, are 2 degrees of separation away from our being. So what organic intelligence is we take a neural network, we take values are connected to actions, And values and actions are connected to words. So our neural network is actually the nodes that are connecting values to actions to words. And that becomes organic intelligence. There's a lot of layers to it, but that's the background. So that's some of the technology. And there's a third one, which is a human connection marketplace, which is based a little bit about how we connect each other based on value alignment and other things. And that's the third thing. So I know we're 1 minute over. So apologies that we're 1 minute over, but is there any last comments, questions, thoughts before we officially jump off?
Hi, could we see everybody again, please?
Yes. I know a bunch of people jumped off. So Hannah, how do we suggest create mastermind?
Basically just connect with Payam and me about your mastermind ideas. Okay. And I actually need to talk to you. Welcome as a DAO owner. So I need to set up a time with you. So we'll talk then. Okay.
Anyone else? Any last questions? Love all of you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you all for joining us today.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.